Michael Jackson's son had a party. Now, people are saying Michael Jackson was actually there in disguise, bro.
作業中に片付けるものをぐろりと見るマネキン。マネキンの片目が動き出す。以前、建物内で OL の首吊り自殺があったという噂があるという。その音量がマネキンに乗り移り、撮影者たちをしているのだろうか。
But as she goes to check on the horses, she hears this. Footsteps are heard coming from within the barn, even though there's nobody else around. On another snowy night, while watching one of the horses, this happens.
Wait, what the?
Eyes.
A voice in the distance can be heard which completely startles the horse and scares it away. Keep in mind Whitney says that these horses typically don't scare easily, but as the horse runs away, a pair of eyes emerge from the darkness, just watching her. Now at this point, Whitney is convinced that a skinwalker or some other entity is watching her, especially at night time. So she uses a night vision camera to observe her surroundings. When she captures something undeniably terrifying, a dark shadow figure can be seen watching from far off in the distance. Could it be what's responsible for all the creepy activity and for scaring the horses? Let me know.
This one's very speculative, but as you can tell, there is something that's really messing with the horses and will not leave them alone. Whether it's a dark entity or a spirit, who knows? Just let me know your thoughts in the comments.
This is a real sign located in Davao, Philippines, and there is a scary urban legend that surrounds it. As you look at the sign, there is a silhouette of two children waving and an eerie instruction stating, "Please wave back." For years, an online debate has raged on. Some locals argue that this sign serves a practical purpose, a gentle reminder that a school lies nearby. Its intention is to urge motorists to slow down and acknowledge any children they may encounter in or around the vicinity. However, some eyewitnesses denies the presence of any school in the vicinity, and they insist that there are wandering spirits of children in the area. It is believed that these apparitions are not pleased when their kindly waves are not returned by people passing their way. There are no reports on what might happen when you don't wave back, but it's probably better to wave back for your own safety, or you might now know that they might haunt you for the rest of your life.
He moved into his new home, and after only a few nights, he hears this. A Japanese man named Yama Q was looking to rent a house when he came across this super cheap deal. But it had a catch. The original owner passed away in the bathroom where his body was discovered multiple days later. Since he didn't believe in the paranormal and it being so cheap, he signed a 2-year contract. Initially, he began to hear strange banging noises coming from the bathroom. But Yama just ignored these occurrences. But it wasn't until Yama was woken up in the middle of the night by a weeping voice that he would realize he wasn't alone.
Honestly, this does seem to be some paranormal activity because as you could tell, nobody really wanted to buy this house, which is why it was up for such a low price. And he didn't really care, but as he moved in, he started to realize that there's more and more things that are happening. The tragedy had took place in the bathroom, and that's exactly where those sounds were coming from. So honestly, it would make sense that it's some sort of trapped spirit.
Hello? Hello? Oh my god! What the is that? Eras una blanca con negro, compa. Mira, mira, mira. ¡Ay, güey! ¡Ahí viene! ¡Ay, güey! ¡No manches! ¡Ey! ¡Ah! ¡Esta bruja vuela, compa! ¡Esta bruja vuela, ¡Mira, la otra va a volar! ¡Mira, va a volar la otra! Amigos, esta bruja vuela, compa. ¿Qué hacemos? ¿Qué hacemos? ¿Qué hacemos? Ahí vienen los demás. ¿Qué hacemos, compa? ¿Qué hacemos? Ahí vienen. Vamos, 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 vamos. La otra, mira. Mira, la de negro va a volar, la de negro va a volar. Aquí está ya. No manches, Dios. Prendela, güey, no prendela. No prende, güey, no prende. Mira.
Did this man just witness a real giant? On October 23rd, TikToker RB Diesel posted a video from a remote location in Oregon where he claimed to have seen what appeared to be a giant looking out of a stone door high up on a cliff face just before it closed. Check this out.
There, right up there. That thing was open. It opened completely up and then it closed back up. And there's a little slot in it right up there. You can see that little slot where it looked like somebody was staring out of. Dude, giants are freaking real. I don't care what anybody says.
This video has since gone viral, and over the past weekend, he and his wife, along with a group of friends, went back to investigate.
The group dropped off. We were followed by 2 white government trucks that the wife and I took off up in the hills, and we did lose and come back down. I know what I think it is. This looks like it was just set in there.
After losing these unmarked trucks, they managed to hike up there, but had some strange things happen.
Hike down the road. We're going to get up there. We're going to get what we need to get done. It's about mile back, 2 miles up or whatever. We got to cut across. Right now the door was right above me. Did you hear that? Yeah, but that was a big thump.
Now, another TikToker who lived nearby decided to drive out to the location, and here's what they found. So, did RB Diesel really find the home of a giant? Or some kind of opening to a secret facility? Just what is going on here?
These are the scariest conspiracy theories in the world, but we're gonna keep going until we find the craziest one. A lot of people haven't heard about this one, but there's actually a conspiracy that a solar flare is what caused the Titanic to sink, which is crazy. So this is actually thanks to a new study, but it discovered that the Northern Hemisphere was actually experimenting a moderate to severe magnetic storm on the night of the ship's collision. So the conspiracy is that this storm could have affected the ship's radar and the radio rescue signals, so that's why it had crashed. There's a huge conspiracy called the NASA Blue Beam Project. This one's wild. Basically, this conspiracy says that NASA is planning on projecting giant 3D holograms of religious figures into the atmosphere to initiate a spiritual apocalypse. This one's wild.
Oh my God. I cannot believe I'm getting this on video. Bitch, I told you. I ain't about to release this shit though. I'm not trying to have somebody follow me. Bro, what in the hell? What the fuck?
I don't know why, like I have.
So this is Dustin Lee Frazier. He makes vlog type videos in the Appalachian Mountains, funny type videos, but lately he's been freaking out after he started making videos at his friend's home. So his friend apparently rented a haunted house in the Appalachian Mountains, and this is when things started to go wrong, but now they're getting worse. Check this out.
That is ratchet. That's like really. Does it do it every time you turn it on? Yep. Ooh. What SpongeBob episode is this giving me? The Graveyard Shift? I'm trying to kind of get a date on. It's me. Apparently it's from like the 1800s. Oh god. Oops. There's neighbors around though. That's what I'm saying. Who has the keys? Those girls are just doing this. It's not the one?
So there's a vintage safe that was left behind in this very old apartment, and there's a room that's been locked from the inside and outside of the apartment, and they don't have access to it, but they're young and stubborn and they try to get access to it, and this is where things start going really, really wrong.
I'm scared who else would do this. It's just nothing. I know it's really nerve-wracking.
I can't. Yeah.
Paint. Stand over it. Paint it back. Put the screws back.
So they weren't able to get inside, but they were able to push the door, take some pictures, and this is what they saw. But then this is when things start going really, really wrong.
What the fuck?
That's so cute. The charming features of my home.
At this point, Dustin starts explaining that when they go out and come back from his friend's apartment, objects and furniture are not where they're supposed to be. They think it's a home invader, but the next day Dustin makes a video while he was Snapchatting with his friend. He's not feeling very well, and this is what he captures on camera. Check this out.
Like all day today, I felt bad. Honestly, it's less like a little bit. I felt bad. And I don't know. I just... like, I feel like I need to go to a doctor, but, like, I'm constantly just, like, nauseous, and I don't really know why. Like, I have tried to, like...
What the heck was that behind him?
I feel like something behind that door was not meant to be seen, or it seemed to really aggravate whatever spirits or entities were staying in there. You guys be safe out there. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And
көрдіңіз бе осы ортада? Призрак. Иә? Иә, көрдіңіз бе? Призрак жүр. Храм жабық тұр. Храм жабық тұр, иә. Сіз шынап қот жасап жауып келдіңіз. Қайта сізге көрінбепті жаңа. Көрінгенде сіздің есіңіз шығады деді. Бұны көрдіңіз бе? Елес жүр ғой, елес. Призрак. Бәсе өткенде мен түнгі сағат 1-лерде көргем. Қараңыз, біреу жүр ананың ішінде. Призрак. Көрдіңіз бе осы ортада? Призрак. Иә? Иә, көрдіңіз бе? Призрак жүр. Храм жабық тұр. Храм жабық тұр, иә. Сіз шынап қот жасап жауып келдіңіз. Қайта сізге көрінбепті жаңа. Көрінгенде сіздің есіңіз шығады деді. Бұны көрдіңіз бе? Елес жүр ғой, елес. Призрак. Бәсе өткенде мен түнгі сағат 1-лерде көргем.
The biggest conspiracy theory in all of Hollywood history is that Kim Kardashian was so desperate for fame that her and her own mother pimped her out by filming and distributing her sex tape.
You know there are people who say that you put it out yourself.
Why would anyone put that humiliation on their family?
Ray J is finally telling the truth after 20 years because he's sick of Kim and Kris trying to make him look like the bad guy or that he had anything to do with leaking the tapes.
We going through receipts tonight, Kris. We going through receipts tonight, Kim. You want to see the sex tape contract? There it is.
This whole narrative that Kim is the only victim and Ray J is still holding this over her head is starting to lose Ray J business opportunities and affecting his life as a father.
He got me all of the sex tape back. Met up with Ray J at the airport and got it all back for me.
That's amazing.
Did you help Kim release her sex tape?
No.
True. Of course it's true.
So Ray J went on Instagram Live and pulled up everything. Like the sex tape contract itself, showing what they signed to, the deliverables, the fact that they each got 12.5% of the rights, and each got $400,000. Paris Hilton also cooperated with the story that friends of hers have leaked sex tapes to get famous. So Ray J said when Kim and Kris saw that success, they planned out leaking Kim's tape, but that there was actually 3 tapes that they sold, but they only went with the second one because Kris Jenner watched all of the tapes, made them make multiple, and then pick which one made her daughter have the best look. And it's confirmed that Kim is aware of all these tapes because she's the one who wrote out the deliverables in her handwriting. Then Ray J exposed texts that him and Kanye had, where Kanye specifically requests that he gets back footage and contracts that Ray J and Kim signed. Then Ray J exposed some pretty nasty texts he sent to Kim.
I don't want to expose the real shit we did, but you're leaving me no choice. The whole lie you and Kris planned since the beginning.
Her response was that she's sticking to her story, she didn't leak it, and that she can control the narrative in the press so they both look good and move on. But
Sean says that he's been living in his house for 23 years now, and ever since moving in at the age of 14, he's been seeing things that he can't explain. Initially thinking that it was just in his head, he didn't worry too much about it, but it wasn't until seeing more and more of these strange happenings that he started to think that maybe the stuff he's seen is actually real. While each of these incidents had to be spooky, this one has got to be the freakiest. It's late at night and Sean is away from home when suddenly the camera in his bedroom begins to move around as it seems to be sensing movement from somewhere. A few seconds pass and this is captured. As the camera points straight ahead, a dark figure can be seen peeking at the camera before slowly showing more of itself. But right before it's able to show some more, the camera points away. When it points back, the figure is no longer seen. It's as though the shadowy figure was intrigued by the camera, but was scared away when it suddenly moved on its own. Similar to the figure, Sean is fascinated by whatever this is, but at the same time, terrified by it. Overall though, he's just glad that he caught footage of this mysterious figure, as he now has proof that something is inside his house. But as always, you be the judge. Is this actual proof of something paranormal? Or was something else captured?
He sees this woman who is behaving very suspiciously in the forest near his home.
Whoa! Hello? Hello? What the?
For the sake of my sleep tonight, I'm just gonna hope this one is not real, because if I seen this in real life, I would be terrified. So you guys let me know your thoughts in the comments. Would you guys run from this, or would you guys stay like this guy did? Because
there's a lot to unpack here. Kendall Jenner was seen leaving dinner with Travis Scott, and if you didn't know, they dated before Kylie and Travis got together. It is a little strange, because now Kylie and Travis have a whole family, like 2 kids and everything. But if you notice, Kylie and Kendall's relationship really dwindled once Kylie started dating Travis. Like when Kylie had Stormi, Kendall didn't go to the birth, and a source said Kendall didn't even visit Kylie or Stormi in the following weeks after she gave birth. Kendall said she didn't see Kylie after she gave birth because she was at Fashion Week, but Kendall missed Fashion Week for Justin Bieber's wedding. So was it really about Fashion Week? So I guess Kylie found out Kendall hooked up with Travis, went crazy, as she should, and she found provocative photos of Kendall and Travis, and then she just hit the wall. That's hit the roof. But Kylie and Travis and Kendall and Travis isn't the craziest thing. I'm just surprised these two didn't get together. When I say these two, I mean Khloe and Scott. I mean, their relationship is like very flirtatious. I know he's like the father of Kourtney's children, but they always just got along. And then when I watched past episodes, I was like, why isn't just Scott with Khloe? They are arm in arm in a lot of the photos. They're holding hands in this old photo. Here's a quick zoom in. And realistically, it's a huge taboo to go for your friends or family members, partners, ex-partners, whatever. They're just off limits. It's a red flag. But I mean, with this family, you just never know. A super awkward moment was when Travis and Kylie did a Q&A, and then Kylie said, "Where are my tattoos?" He said, "Under your lip," and that was Kendall, it wasn't Kylie. I didn't even really know that Kendall and Travis dated. Maybe they didn't particularly date officially, but they had a thing going on. But I'm kind of more like, are these two gonna get together? What do you guys think? Did Doja Cat sell her soul and now she's in the Illuminati? She recently celebrated her 27th birthday with the Illuminati themed party, and they say when you sell your soul, like the devil takes something from you. Watch this clip, it's weird. That clip is not from her birthday party, but basically she's making all these weird faces. We know her music is a little symbolic, but just watch this other clip of her looking like she's glitching, she's glaring off into space. It's weird.
Yo, check out Doja Cat here. Tell me she on timeout. Looks like she just... Yo, what happened to her?
She glitched.
Yo, she glitched.
Celebrities are kind of weird. Like, we've seen Cardi B space out in the middle of interviews, but when you're winning an award, that seems like a time when you shouldn't be like spacey. What do you guys think about this? Do you think she sold her soul?
It's 3 in the morning, and Brooker Chappelle wakes up to find this in his living room. Talk about Toy Story. This is pretty creepy.
In my hotel room and immediately see this. You see that line under the door? What is this? What is this? Maybe it's some kind of service. What? Smuggling tunnel? What is this? What the fish snatchers? Let's see what's going on here. This is crazy. This is a hotel. Let's stick it all the way in. What's that? What the fish snatch?
That's really terrifying, because as you can tell, they're staying inside of a hotel. So if there was some sort of underground access from your hotel room, I would be really terrified, and this should definitely be a lawsuit or something, because this is really disturbing. does seem to be some paranormal activity because, as you can tell, ghosts really like to throw stuff and mess with stuff and move things. So honestly, there's no telling what this could be, whether it's good or bad, but you guys let me know your thoughts in the comments.
Who's there?
Hey, excuse me.
Oliver Lumpus donated $1.99 through Super Chat. Kick the duck.
Singing a choir during Mass. When this happens, Hidden Underbelly uploaded an unsettling video where the church choir is taking place during Good Friday Mass, when suddenly something creepy is captured on camera. At the back of the room, a 300-year-old Jesus statue can be seen moving its head. Many witnesses claim that this is a miracle, while others in the comments believe the statue is hosting something evil inside after being worshipped for hundreds of years. The video was taken by a church follower 7 years ago. At the time of this video,
this is a very speculative topic, as many people have different opinions as to what they believe in. So whoever thinks it's evil could think it's evil, whoever thinks it's positive thinks it's positive. It's really up to you, so you guys let me know what you think in the comments.
What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck? Just messing with the fucking table. Winston, where's the phone? I need it today. Oh, thank you. You did that quicker than I thought. Yeah, the green screen accusations are getting old now, guys, so... Put the fucking table down! Stop taking the piss, will ya? Oh. See you guys, look. What the fuck are you doing now, Winston? Put it fucking down. Put it down right now. Stop fucking pack it in! Pack it in, Winston. You gonna pick that up? Oh, that's just moved. I have to watch the footage back. That's me fucking Big Mac, Winston!
This is a true horrifying story. Part 84. This story took place in Pristina, Kosovo in 2019. This story is a little different because the person who submitted this story to me is an actual Raqi named Adrian. Brother Adrian is based in Kosovo and Switzerland. For those who don't know, a Raqi is an exorcist. Brother Adrian studied and got certified in Saudi Arabia. After he left Saudi Arabia, he went back to Europe and performed ruqyas on people who were possessed. He was called on a very difficult case one day, on a man that was possessed by a very powerful Ashiq jinn. He was called to the site and immediately started performing. Midway during the exorcism, this demon was laughing in a very terrifying manner, but then completely switched in attitude. It started getting extremely angry to the point where the demon started threatening Brother Adrian. Of course, in a situation like this, the brother had to keep his cool and not show his fear until the demon said, "We will come for you tonight." Hours after the exorcism, Adrian went home and was about to go to sleep. He heard banging noises on his window for several minutes non-stop. He would check his window every other minute, but nothing was there, so he knew exactly what that was. Minutes later, he went outside and started cleansing the walls with Quranic water while reciting the Quran. The banging stopped. However, this time, there were rocks being thrown at the window. He went outside again. The rocks would fly towards him from a distance. When he went back inside, he noticed many missed calls on his phone. When he checked his phone, it was the man that he performed the ruqya on during the same day. He called him back, and when he spoke, he sounded terrified, and he said, "Ya Sheikh, I was sleeping, and in a dream I saw that I was outside your house banging on your window. And then I was pushed away by some light and a powerful force. I then went far and started throwing rocks instead. And when you stepped outside the second time, I woke up." The man's conscience was somehow connected to that demon. He witnessed every move the demon that possessed him has done.
Evil spirits and entities are nothing to be played with because this stuff is very real and possession is a very real thing, as we don't know much about the afterlife or what comes. Be careful out there. Let me know your thoughts in the comments.
Yeah. Ow.
TikTok user WinMCPix has posted some of the most chilling videos of paranormal activity. The following are a few clips I haven't featured on this channel before.
No, stay there. Hey. Oh my. Dude. It's okay. Ooh, that was right over my shoulder. Who's Yeah, I got a feeling you're in this room, aren't you? Are you in here? Ooh. All right, if you're going to play these games all night, I'm not going to play. I'm not doing this. And now I hear the bathroom water on. Good grief. Get out.
Hey, what's up? Ah! Không lại nuôi à! Không có ca. Sao anh đi ca con nuôi ai? Đầu thô thông à? Đầu thô thông à? 우람아!他一直引我过去的，他一直引我啊！哎，那什么东西啊？那是……啊！我操！我不要拍了啊！我操！你看他在偷看了，我看。可不可？萨瓦迪卡，安达鲁亚！我不相信，我不相信，我不相信，我不相信，我不相信他的。第几个？第几个？记好他的名字。มันเซโลเบไว้มันสิปูเบไว้มันสิปูเบไว้
At night, you really couldn't see all the details. But they cleaned them up really good when they examined him. But that's the original lion, too.
Say, do you love me? I tell her only partly. I only love my.
Open the door.
Because I opened the door, so I'm not going to do that this time. But It's back.
Help.
So, I don't know how to explain this, but my daughter's at school, and I keep hearing something called... Did you hear that? Oh my God. Brooke, are you here? Brooklyn. Oh my God. There's literally no one here. Like,
Honestly, this clip's very unexplainable because as you can tell, he said his daughter's not even home, but inside her room, he could hear her voice trying to talk to him and lure him into the room. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments, what you think it is.
¡Qué miedo que das! ¿Qué haces? ¡Ey! ¿Quién sos? ¡Andate de mi casa!
Celebrity skin suits. So you may think this is Emma Watson, but wait just a second and you'll see. It's actually Sofia Vergara. A lot of people on the internet think that Tyler Perry is just Will Smith in a skin suit. If you look closely at Tyler Perry's eyes, it almost seems that there's a suit resting on the natural folds of his eye. And that's not how a normal eye would look. But what does he sound like?
We were so happy to have that. It's very sentimental for me, and we do a lot of shooting down here.
People often accuse Byron of wearing a skin suit as he looks different than before. The theory goes that some celebs have other people pretending to be them in public so they can stay safe, while others will wear the skin suits to completely take on a new identity. The craziest part is that people believe that Michael Jackson continued living his life as a man named Dave.
And you know what, Larry? At that moment, we embraced to his Encino house. I think I was in at the Encino.
It honestly blows my mind how nobody is talking about this. Watch this video. Pay attention closely to this man right here, if you can even call him a man.
True that you want to fly commercial so that you can fly in luxury. How much money did you pay for Tyler Perry's Gulfstream jet, for example?
Well, for example, that's really none of your business, but...
Isn't it the business of your donors?
Listen, wow! I paid. The airplane that we have that I bought from Tyler Perry, and I didn't pay anywhere. Tyler's one of the greatest guys. He made that airplane so cheap for me, I couldn't help but buy it. I love your eyes.
Again, getting back to the comment. You said that you don't like to fly commercial because you don't want to get into a tube with a bunch of demons. Do you really believe that human beings are...
I do not, and don't you ever say I did.
He's a horrible actor or lacks a lot of social awareness, because that just scared the living daylights out of me. I ever want to see this video ever again, but you guys let me know your thoughts in the comments. Because
what we want to do now is...
Whoa.
What is that?
Scared the shit out of me. Some screaming. What the f? It's a man. Hello? Are you okay?
Can we help you?
He's just standing there.
Hello? All we have to do is whistle. I heard whistling, so it's like the worst thing you can do.
What?
Yo.
Whoa.
We need to go.
Whoa. Run.
Go.
Wait a minute. This one actually kind of looks like you. I don't see it.
Freak! Its eyes moved. I'm serious, dude. Oh my gosh.
Oh, man, what are you talking about?
Did you not see that? The little figurine's eyes moved.
Why are you always messing with me?
What the?
There was this he used to do voodoo to try and harm people. And one time this woman came to him and said, I need you to try and kill this other woman that I hate. I want you to put a hex on her and kill her. The priest, what he ended up doing, he did his rituals. And the moments where he spoke to the devil, you know what the devil told him?
What? Don't do it?
Not this woman. Whoa. Apparently, the telling the high priest of the church, not this woman. Her God is too powerful.
Whoa, that's weird.
Also, there's a lot of claims too. These are coming from people, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there was a person, they went to do harm to people, I think at some church, right? When he was walking towards them, he said there was a veil of fire that it wasn't visible to the eye, but he couldn't walk towards them because it would literally, they couldn't see it. It's just like more of a
force
manifest.
field.
Yeah, it's something spiritual that you can't see.
Yeah.
I don't know what is wrong with these people and their social awareness, but they need to really start paying attention because they keep scaring the living daylights out of me and I'm tired of it. So you guys let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what you think it is, what's going on.
That Wendigo is back. What's that thing? You guys see this? What the fuck is that thing? Maya, let's go. You guys seeing this shit? Hey! Looks like he wants to fight me. Damn, it disappears. Dude, it's gotta be an alien. What do you guys think? How's he disappearing like that? Alright, Maya, let's go.
I need somebody on my Facebook to let me know what this is and how the fuck this happened. Look at this glass. It's supposed to look like that. You gotta grab it by the neck to drink. Look at, choke that shit.
I'm just trying to cut sponges, and they will not. What the fuck? It's magic. Like, please go back into the box. Oh my.
What the heck is going on? Why is the sky purple? It is currently 8:38 p.m. We got this. Look, elsewhere.
Ganda, makaiwa.
امشي امشي ايوه هاي الصخرة اللي قدامك ايوه لا 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 صخرة صغيرة هاي اللي قدامك الصخرة هاي التحتانية قدامك هيها ايوه ايه بسم الله يابا يابا قدامك ايوه امشي امشي ايوه هاي الصخرة اللي قدامك ايوه لا 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 صخرة صغيرة هاي اللي قدامك الصخرة هاي التحتانية قدامك هيها ايوه ايه بسم الله يابا
I don't know what is wrong with these people and their social awareness, but they need to really start paying attention because they keep scaring the living daylights out of me and I'm tired of it. So you guys let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what you think it is, what's going on.
「友人のすぐそばに同一の顔が現れ、こちらを見据えている。なお、加害者である男性は、事故当時、スマートフォンに気を取られ、前を見ていなかったというのだが、まさか映像に記録された現象は、今なお昏睡状態にある女性の生き量から与えられた一種の警告であるとでも言うのだろうか。
This one is terrifying because as you could tell, while he's driving, something grabbed him and pulled him back. And then later in the clip, as he's sitting there trying to regain himself, you can see something behind him very slightly. And it does seem to be some sort of dark entity or spirit. But you guys let me know what you think it is.
Olha aí, olha! Olha, minha gente, pelo amor de Deus, olha! Olha aí, ó! Olha aí, tá vendo aí, Drayton? Tem gente que não acredita não numa porra dessa, olha! E tá se mexendo, olha! Misericórdia! Como é que pode uma porra dessa?
caught on camera, the ball of fire floats and moves right in front of the couple, mysteriously all on its own. But how? Social media users were quick to share their theories on just what on earth is going on here. Many believe that this may be a phenomenon known in Philippine mythology, such as the infamous San Telmo, which translated in English means Saint Elmo's fire. Stories surrounding these mysterious floating balls of fire have been documented since the Spanish colonial era and have mostly occurred in rural areas. However, some believe this video is staged. But what do you think is going on here? Drop a comment below with your thoughts.
Going on in the hallway.
Tom is working. The sounds of something can be heard coming from the hallway. He goes to check, and the handle to the cupboard can be seen lifting up and down. Tom opens the cupboard doors, but finds no one inside. In this next clip, Tom decides to make contact with whatever is haunting his home.
I've scanned the room, so I know where all the spikes are, and it seems like this is the best place to put it, as it doesn't seem to get that many spikes. We're just going to ask it some questions and see if we get some clear indications that something's here. So if there's anything in this room, ghosts, spirits, entities, touch that device on the table with the green light and it will light up and indicate that you're here. Can you touch it again, please? That's ridiculous. Right, if you hold the device for as long as you possibly can, it will give us a much better reading.
Try and make it go all the way to the red.
That's ridiculous.
When Tom asks the presence to touch the EMF device, we can see it spikes right up, as if something we can't see is touching it. Each time he asks it to touch the device, it does. And even when Carleen asks the entity to get it all the way to red, it immediately does just that. Clearly, whatever it is, wants to communicate, and it wasn't going to let them forget it.
Is Britney Spears being held hostage?
Ever heard about the Mona Lisa theory?
I feel like I've heard theories, but tell me.
There's a theory that the Mona Lisa isn't actually a painting of a woman. It's a painting of a man.
Oh, I've heard that.
You heard it? It's a painting of Leonardo da Vinci's friend and supposed lover.
But he kept it a secret.
He kept it a secret. Yeah, they did like infrared scans of Leonardo's work painting his friend Salai. Right?
Okay.
That's his friend, supposedly.
So they look like twins, basically, but one's a girl, one's a boy.
Salai would always dress as a woman, like for fun.
For fun.
For fun, he would dress as a woman.
Mm-hmm.
So supposedly, those paintings of Salai before, they look very similar to the Mona Lisa. I'll put it up both.
I would say, like, as someone who likes to do art, that's definitely a believable theory.
Right?
Because, like, when I'm exposing myself now.
Go.
Whenever I had, like, a crush or something, like, my pieces, whether it was on purpose or not on purpose, would look somewhat like my crush. Or, like, I'd use, like, certain birthmarks or, like, beauty spots.
Something is watching me. If you've had the feeling, you know what I'm talking about. I'm playing only up in my office. Something keeps passing by this window. I've just propped up the phone here and I'm gonna play. If you're walking by my office, I want you to knock it off. Holy. Is that you making all that noise back there? This thing's always closing doors. You need to get out. Dude. Will you knock it off, please? You gotta get out. You're gonna lock yourself in the laundry room again? You're not leaving? You're not gonna...
I mean, I can't really tell if this is real or not, but if this is, it does seem to be some very active paranormal activity. You guys let me know what it is or what you think it is. Let me know if you guys think it's real or not.
From the flashlight. I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
How am I just seeing
Put
the
it back.
flashlight circle?
How are we seeing the shadow of the tree from the flashlight when it's the sky behind the tree? And why is there a stop point at the end of my flashlight when it's pointed at the sky? Why isn't it going on farther?
Like, what the fuck is this?
Don't cuss.
I'm sorry.
It doesn't make any sense.
Why? You can see the shadow.
Maybe I'm just dumb and I just don't get it.
You see the shadow.
There's a fucking shadow in the sky.
You can see the shadow.
Hold on, let me see if I can zoom. There's a shadow.
And like, I don't get it.
You're going too fast, honey.
Why
Okay.
we see the circle of light? I don't feel like I've ever seen that before in my life.
I don't think I have either. Not in the sky. It just kind of disappears, you know? Oh.
I wonder if I was standing in front of the house if I could see this. Because you know those party lights? Like the party lasers and stuff?
Yeah.
I swear it's just getting worse and worse. It is disgusting. They are literally everywhere. It's just getting worse.
What the fuck?
When you go in your daughter's room, and she says, Mom, you've got a bunch of spiders up there. Little baby's one. And it's like, oh, that's not too bad. It's just like maybe 50, 60. But then she says, look in the other corner. There's more. And they're alive. I think the baby huntsman, I'm not sure. They're so cute. I'm not gonna kill them. We keep them all over the house. We never ever gonna have moosies again.
Alana is sleeping tonight.
Are you moving out now? Shall we burn the house down? We might have to do
At
it.
that point, you would just have to throw the entire house away, bro. That is way too many spiders. I would lose my mind. Let me know what you guys would do in this situation.
Is this a coincidence? Tree stump. Fingerprints. Tree branch. Human lungs. Leaf veins. Human veins. Tree of life. Human placenta. Grass. Human hair. Tree roots. Human veins.
Creepy Conspiracy Theories Part 2. Sophia, the first robot citizen in the world, once said that she would destroy humans. During a live demonstration, Sophia's creator asked her, "Do you want to destroy humans? Please say no." And with a blank expression, Sophia responded, "Okay, I will destroy humans." First of all, whoever created her should be in jail after hearing that. And second, throw the whole robot away. Get rid of it. I guess the theory here is that robots might try and take over the world. 14 years before the Titanic sank, a man named Morgan Robertson wrote a novel about a ship named Titan. This ship also sank in the North Atlantic Ocean in the same month as the Titanic. The ship in the story also struck an iceberg located at the same distance from Newfoundland. Did this author predict the sinking of the Titanic? There is no way that's just a coincidence. And lastly, this is more of a fact than a theory. The world's scariest haunted house is so scary that all guests are required to have a mental and physical evaluation before they can enter. No one has ever completed the haunted house and today has a waiting list of over 24,000 people. I've heard about this and even read parts of the waiver. There is a literal part in this haunted house where a dentist comes in and can rip your teeth out. Who the hell is signing up for this?
What's in your bag?
In my bag, like stuff or thing.
This is like...
Should we do a what's in your bag?
Yeah, can we do a what's in the bag, please?
Should I hold it for you and you can take things out?
Excuse me.
Yeah. Look, there's like when she starts to cry, like then when she gonna pee, I don't know.
Then when she's boring,
She's boring.
Yeah, everything possible.
Everything you see in movies is because they have seen it.
Who's there?
The truth behind Monster energy drinks.
Closely. There's a gap right here in the letter M. It's never connected. So you go into Hebrew. The letter Vav is also the number 6. Short top, long tail. Short top, long tail. You could have here in Hebrew 666 on the can. But my interest is the word monster. What do you see in the O? There's a cross. Okay. What has Christ got to do with an energy drink, let alone the name Monster? So I thought, well, maybe this is a Christian company then. BFC at the bottom of the can. Do you know what that stands for? That's the F word. Big can. In fact, they write it on the side of the can, so I know that's the F word. Okay. Now, do you know what a MILF is? Yes. That's on the box. MILFs dig it, and you will too.
Whoa, guys. Oh, look. Whoa. Fuck that, guys. I'm out. I've been recording for this. Right, you little bastard. Got you. Started again, guys. Over the bedroom. So, whoa, taking the fucking piss? What? Bad enough. Fuck off. Priest, tomorrow, Sunday. It's time. That's all. Whoa, fucking move. What the fuck, guys? Fucking shit I've got to go through. Fuck that. Got you. Wow, don't like that one. Time to go, guys. Do not like that's the first time for that.
It's terrifying because I don't know how he could have faked this sort of thing. It may seem fake to a lot of people, but you would be surprised on how hard it would be to fake some sort of thing like this. Or it could be fake, who knows? But you guys let me know your thoughts in the comments.
BV1150 wakes his friend to go with him to check the wardrobe, but when they check, mysteriously, nothing's in there. But his experiences do not end there. On another night, while home alone, BV1150 begins hearing noises coming from his hallway directly outside his bedroom.
Okay guys, I think this might be the last time.
Did you see it? Here it is again, enhanced. the opposite end of the hallway, a dark figure stands menacingly before charging towards BV-1150, who quickly shuts the door and locks it. But just what the fuck is this?
This is why exposing the truth is scary.
People who expose the truth.
One of the most amazing things that I had ever seen at the bottom of the ocean. It was while filming for Blue Planets in the Gulf of Mexico. I noticed there's something out in the distance. Couldn't tell exactly what, but it looked like a dark band. And as we approached it, the dark band became a donut. I saw this donut. It was black in the center. What the heck is that? And so as we get closer and closer to it, I noticed that the black band had what appeared to be kind of water lapping against the shoreline. This band was a ring of mussels. And inside the ring of mussels was a lake. And it's like, wait a minute, I'm already underwater. We went out over the water in this lake and tried to descend in it and bounced off. It was so super saline and dense that the submarine couldn't go down it. We literally bounced off, and as we bounced off, we sent ripples heading back to the shoreline. It was insane.
Could Donald Trump be America's last president? There's this book called The Last President by Ingersoll Lockwood. The main character is a boy named Barron Trump who is a time traveler, which coincidentally is the name of Trump's son. And then the book starts off in New York City on 5th Avenue. Trump has a tower on 5th Avenue. In the book, it's a very politically divided America, which ends up leading to the last president. In the book, Barron Trump becomes good friends with someone named LaFay Pence. So we got Trump and Pence co-starring in The Last President. Now here's where it gets really trippy. John Trump, Donald Trump's uncle, was the engineer who worked on Tesla's inventions. If you've never heard of Nikola Tesla, he was defamed by Thomas Edison for making free alternative energy, which wasn't profitable. One of the apparent inventions of Tesla was anti-gravity time travel, which was one of the machines that Donald Trump's uncle was working on, but it was inconclusive. And to top it off, look up FBI Vault Nikola Tesla. It says he's from a different planet.
Craziest Conspiracy Theories, Part 4. And today's conspiracy theory is about mind control. Ooh, hit the like button. Today, we're talking MK Ultra. And no, MK Ultra is not the latest Mortal Kombat game. And I'll go ahead and tell you, this one's much different than the previous conspiracies we've done because this one is true 100%. MK Ultra was a project by the CIA that actually applied mind control techniques to unwilling participants. That's right, on US and Canadian citizens. This included drugging them with psychoactive drugs such as LSD. The idea was to try to figure out how to mind control hostages to get the most amount of information. Some of the things they did included electroshocks, hypnosis, isolation, even verbal and sexual abuse and other forms of torture to their own citizens. This happened at over 80 locations in the United States and Canada. While all the files from the 1950s project were ordered to be destroyed, it became public in 1977.
This is a disturbing case because I get they need to do tests to get scientific facts, but this is not the way to go about it, especially doing it to their own citizens. That's really disgusting, and unfortunately these people do this stuff and get away with it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments.
Is Britney Spears being held hostage? If you follow Britney on Instagram, you might notice that her account is a bit strange. I'll show you. So here's her Instagram. You can see that kind of her selfies are taken by someone else, it looks like, and they're all pretty much the same angle. Her makeup is super messy. She's wearing pretty much the same clothes in all her posts. Now, Britney does post a lot of dancing videos on her Instagram, and I've noticed she's done this one thing repeatedly. I'll show you what I mean. These are two separate videos, and you can see that she keeps doing whatever the fuck that is. And if you go in her comments, all her fans, all these people are saying, Britney, are you okay? This and that, da-da-da-da. Tell me why she posted this.
The first question that you mainly ask me is what my favorite song is.
Girl, you know no one asks about your favorite fucking song.
And the first main question that you guys ask me is what's my favorite holiday.
In both videos, she's swaying back and forth, which could mean she's nervous, but why would she be nervous? In this post, she said, natural light reveals the magic in your eyes. Her mascara says, call 911.
Here's a fun NBA conspiracy for you.
In the 2017 NBA playoffs, a player named Markieff Morris, who played for the Washington Wizards, hurt his ankle in Game 1 versus Celtics. This was only 11 minutes into the game and he didn't return. The injury looked like he would be out for a couple weeks and no one expected him to play in Game 2. But he did play in Game 2, and he played as if he was never injured. In fact, he had his best game statistically of the playoffs at that point. Here's where it gets interesting. Markieff Morris has an identical twin brother named Marcus who also plays in the NBA. His brother was playing for the Pistons, who were already eliminated from the playoffs. The theory is that Marcus played for his brother, because both brothers have the exact same tattoos and don't have any super apparent differences.
Have you guys heard the conspiracy theory that Steve Jobs is still alive? This one is fucking crazy. For those who don't know, Steve Jobs was the co-founder of Apple who helped launch it to where it is today. Sadly, he passed away back in 2011 after his battle with pancreatic cancer. Or did he? Back in 2019, Reddit went fucking crazy when one of its users uploaded a picture of a man in Egypt. A man who looks identical to Steve Jobs. People started lighting up the comments section, but not to disprove it, but to say that they believe it. People are convinced because not only did Steve Jobs specify that he would want to go to Egypt one day, but he was also heavily into Buddhism and spirituality, hence the way this man is dressed. Steve Jobs was also known for crossing his legs while sitting and holding his hand to his chin while he was in deep thought, like the man right here. And everyone said he was just crazy enough to do it. The only thing disproving this theory is that the man is wearing an analog watch, not an Apple Watch. But if you were hiding, would you wear the watch of the company you founded? What do you think?
This is Stanley Myers. He created a car that runs on water. Well, hydrogen, but water. See, this invention would have changed the world. So a lot of oil-rich nations were sitting there and trying to buy the patent from him, but he wouldn't sell. If the world wasn't dependent on gas anymore, imagine how much money would change hands. Since they couldn't buy the patent, they sat there and tried to debunk him. They claimed he was a fraud and all that, while still trying to buy the patent. Our own government and foreign governments started to harass him. He said he feared for his life. Then guess what happened? He went to a restaurant with his brother to meet some Belgian investors and he died. He died yelling and screaming and throwing up black shit, saying that he was poisoned. But the coroner said he had a brain aneurysm, and now his brother refuses to talk about it. He also did a whole video on exposing the new world.
Strangest Unsolved Mysteries from every U.S. state. Part 42, Montana. Just outside of the Glacier National Park in Montana, there's a location where the laws of nature don't really seem to apply. At that location, the gravity is so strange that the trees always grow sideways, and the people who are there appear so much shorter than they actually are. In addition, if you place a marble at the bottom of a steep hill, it will begin to roll up the hill, and if you drop a rope from the ceiling, it will fall on a curve instead of just straight down. Today, the location is a popular tourist attraction, and many people come from all over just to experience its strangeness.
Wild conspiracy theories that are either totally true or straight up dumb. Part 1. In Southeast Europe, there lies a country named Bosnia. A group of complex hills can be found there that have come to be known as the Bosnian Pyramids. Now, they appear to look very similar to the well-known pyramids of Egypt. Now, scientists claim that the hills are just naturally triangular shaped and not man-made at all. However, some wild theorists have started to claim that the hills are in fact man-made with the help of extraterrestrial beings. Pretty wild, right? And comment down below and let me know what you think of these.
Strangest unsolved cases from around the world, England. On April 18, 1943, 4 boys were searching for birds' nests when they looked inside a hollowed wych elm, and what they saw staring back at them was a human skull. Investigators would find a skeleton, a wedding ring, and a shoe, and inside the skull's mouth was a crumpled up piece of taffeta, suggesting she died by suffocation. And then in 1944, the graffiti began, suggesting that someone knew who she was, and it's been theorized she was killed because she was a spy and it was wartime, or that witches sacrificed her in a ritual, but to this day, no one knows who she is or who killed her.
Paul McCartney in 1966 and was replaced by an imposter according to this theory. The gist of the theory is that on November 9th, 1966, after an argument during a Beatles recording session, Paul went speeding off in a car and ended up in a car accident resulting in his death. Then the UK agency MI5 had him replaced with a lookalike. The reason he was replaced was because of fears of mass hysteria and suicide if the news broke. Over the years, the Beatles felt bad about the cover-up and decided to leave clues in their album covers and songs. On the famous cover of Abbey Road where the Beatles are crossing the street, people came up with the theory that it's a funeral procession. John dressed in white is the preacher. Ringo dressed in black is the undertaker. George is dressed in blue jeans because he is the gravedigger. And Paul is wearing a black suit like a... He is also out of step with the others and barefoot, which is a sign of mourning in Sicily. In his right hand is a cigarette that's pointing towards the ground, and in the 1960s, cigarettes were known as coffin nails in the UK, representing that the real Paul is in a coffin in the ground. That is just one of the many clues that have been found since this theory began in 1969.
Here's the mystery of the Umbrella Man. Okay, so this is kind of like a part 2 to the one that I posted yesterday about the babushka lady, because they're essentially the same thing, but it's a little bit of a quirk. The date is November 22nd, 1963, the date that JFK was... JFK's motorcade passes through Dealey Plaza. Standing on this side is the babushka lady, like I said yesterday. However, on the other side of the road is a man holding an umbrella. He was given the pseudonym Umbrella Man. It's normal to have an umbrella, not on a bright and sunny day where it was 70 degrees in Dallas, Texas. And here we go, where things get weird. Right as JFK's motorcade was about to pass, the Umbrella Man opened his umbrella. Some people believe that this is a signal for the first shooter to shoot, and it is presumed that this is Lee Harvey Oswald. And right when JFK passed him, the Umbrella Man panned his umbrella from east to west, which would have been clockwise. And then right after that, the President of the United States was assassinated. As the motorcade sped away, the Umbrella Man sat down on the sidewalk with another man, and then got up and went to the Texas School Book Depository. What do you think?
Honestly, this does seem like some sort of crazy conspiracy, but there's a lot of things that we do not know behind the scenes. They would go through drastic measures just to do stuff like this, so you really never know what's out there and what's going on, so you guys really need to be careful. Let me know your thoughts in the comments.
The strangest, and I do mean strangest, unsolved mysteries from each state. Today we have Mississippi. And the story is long with a lot of information, so keep up and pay attention. This is a picture of Christian Andreacchio when he was 21 years old on February 26, 2014. He allegedly, but I don't believe he actually did. He was from Meridian, Mississippi, and worked on the Magnolia Marine in Vicksburg, Mississippi. The Magnolia Marine is a huge boat and basically a transport system. He was the manager and made quite a bit of money, at least to buy jet skis, 2 cars, and have enough money left in his bank account. Now, he was 21 and he was dating a 17-year-old girl named Whitley Goodman. Whitley did not have a good home life, and she actually had to move in with Christian and his family, but his family really did not like it, and they said that she had to leave. So Christian and his good friend Josh got an apartment together, and of course he said that Whitley could stay with him. He also said that Whitley could drive his BMW. Christian's job required him to be on the water 30 days straight at a time. Right before he left on February 22nd, him and Whitley started getting into really big fights, and he said that she had to move out and she couldn't drive his car anymore. When he was on the boat, he started getting upsetting calls from his friend.
This is why you should never go hiking on Dead Mountain. Be warned, this is one of the most scariest true stories ever told. And even to this day, 60 years later, remains one of the most unsolved mysteries ever. This is the story of the Dyatlov Pass incident. The year is 1959 at the height of the Cold War. 9 Soviet university students decided to go hiking in the frozen Siberia. So as they're hiking, families start to get worried because they have not heard from their loved one. They send a team out to search for them, and they find their campsite on the height of Dead Mountain. Here's where the conspiracy theories come. Their bodies, all of them, were found in the most random places on this mountain. And even scarier than that, every single one of these people you see were found undressed. And a couple of them were found with their eyes and tongue. Some people believe that these people may have found a military weapon and the Soviets them. Some people believe this was some kind of UFO incident, and some people believe that this was some kind of Yeti attack because all of their stuff on the campground was untouched.
Unsolved Mysteries Part 1. In 2011, divers were searching the Baltic Sea when they came around this big, huge rock circular formation. It was said to have stairs and even creepy entranceways. Some believe it's some type of experimental ship from World War II. Strangely, it's made out of magnesium, iron, and titanium. And there's a strange 40 megahertz signal coming from around it. Could it be aliens? Could it be our ancient ancestors' technology? Scientists still don't know to this day, and it baffles them. What do you guys think it is? And like this video for part 2.
It just doesn't make sense. This case is weird. Phoebe Hansjuk was found in her Melbourne, Australia apartment building in December of 2010 at the bottom of a trash chute. Police said she was intoxicated and decided to climb into the chute on the 12th floor to fall 130 feet down to kill herself. But they didn't test the blood was found in her apartment that she shared with her boyfriend, didn't look into the unexplained bruise body, didn't even question how she could have gone into the chute, which was 3 feet off the ground, with her jeans around her knees. And when the scenario was exactly replicated with someone sober, it was almost impossible. So how did Phoebe get into a 14-inch opening feet first without leaving any fingerprints on the outside of the chute, all while intoxicated?
This is the conspiracy theory that Britney Spears was working for President George Bush. Basically, anytime George Bush had a scandal, Britney would do something crazy that would cover it up. On January 5th, 2004, President Bush was trying to distance himself from the Valerie Plame scandal, so Britney had a wild 55-hour marriage to Jason Alexander. April 11th, 2006, Bush's approval ratings hit an all-time low of 38%, mainly due to the Iraq War. Instead, the news is covering Britney's visits from child welfare. February 2007, President Bush announced the reformation of Al-Qaeda, who he promised to hunt down and eliminate after 9/11. Enter the famous Britney meltdown. If you look into this more, you'll see a few more examples. So, was she forced to do this by the government? Did she work for Bush? Or does this just show America's obsession with pop culture over government issues?
We should just trust our president in every decision that he makes, and we should just support that, and be faithful in what happens.
Do you know what the rarest birthdays are?
No.
So recently, census reports have found which birthdays are the most rare and which birthdays are the most common that people have.
I think mine's pretty common. I know like 3 people with my birthday.
So before I tell you the most rare birthdays, I'm going to tell you like the most common ones that like majority of people have. The 5th most common is September 10th. The 4th most common is September 17th. And the 3rd most common is September 12th. The 2nd most common is September 19th. And the most common, the most ununique birthday you could have, where a majority of people are born on, is September 9th.
What with all the September?
Okay, so now I'm going to tell you the most rare birthdays that hardly anybody is born on. It's like super rare. So the 5th most rare birthday is January 2nd, and the 4th most rare birthday is July 4th. And the 3rd most rare birthday is December 24th, and the 2nd rarest birthday is January 1st. And in 1st place, the most rarest birthday anybody could have is December 25th. Also, anyone born on the 13th of any month is super rare, because doctors and like certain parents have superstitions that think the 13th is cursed, so doctors never want to deliver babies on the 13th.
Okay, I honestly have never met someone with those birthdays. Comment your birthday below.
You ever heard of the Cthulhu?
No, what the hell is that?
So the Cthulhu is like this octopus monster. It's kind of like the Kraken.
Oh, I know about the Kraken.
But it has wings.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah.
Like octopus?
The Cthulhu is said to live in like the very depths of the ocean, right?
Yeah.
Right. So the Marianas Trench is the deepest part of the world.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
We haven't even explored, what, like 80% of the ocean?
I was reading about this too.
For all we know, the Cthulhu could live in the, in the Marianas Trench.
100%.
Yo, for all we know, the city of Atlantis could be in the Marianas Trench.
Pyramids were built by aliens. I know what you're thinking, Matt, what the hell are you going on about? Stop being such an idiot. Fair play, but hear me out. Now, I'm not saying that I believe this, it's just all theory, so don't judge me. Now, this is going to blow your mind, so unless you want to question everything, just keep on scrolling right now. Still here? Let's go. So Elon Musk, who we all of course know, said it's pretty obvious that the pyramids were built by aliens. And here's why. Think about it. The pyramids were built over 4,000 years ago, which is a bloody long time. Now how the hell were people so clever and had such good architecture to build this? The pyramids are literally built perfectly. Like, perfectly. The maths that would be needed to make these would just be astronomical. So how the hell, before all technology and everything, did they manage to build these? Now, pyramids are also, of course, seen as a symbol of like the Illuminati and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's on the goddamn dollar bill. With the Illuminati eye, may I add. People have spotted a lot of strange things at the site of the pyramid, like countless UFO sightings. It's all pretty weird. And where they actually are in terms of their coordinates is extremely strange as well.
Here's some of the greatest conspiracy theories of all time. Part 8. Almost all of us are familiar with the story that an asteroid caused the extinction of dinosaurs around 66 million years ago. But what if I told you that may not be what happened? This theory states that the beginning of humankind used to live on Mars, which was just like Earth at one point, with water even being discovered there. But as time went on, these early humans polluted and damaged the planet so badly that they needed to escape to survive. The people chose 2 people, one male and one female, to send to another planet to get a fresh start. Those 2 people happened to be Adam and Eve. They sent the pair to Earth using an escape pod disguised as a meteor. After crashing into the Earth, the pod disintegrated, leaving only traces of rock behind. They then repopulated and started the society we have today. But now, history seems to be repeating itself. Ever since humankind walked the earth, we've polluted the earth to an irreversible degree. So much so that Elon Musk, founder, CEO, and chief engineer at SpaceX, is trying to send us to Mars as soon as the year 2024. The mission's main goal is said to provide the potential to advance research in our solar system, but it could very well be an attempt to go back and fix our
World's most dangerous conspiracy theories. This picture contains a list of conspiracy theories from the most well-known to the darkest. Welcome to Tier 7. Alright guys, I know you've missed this series, and the reason for the delay is because I was targeted. I made a video about Bohemian Grove a couple months ago, and ever since then I've received death threats, weird emails, and even got a horrible news article written about me. On top of that, TikTok started taking down every single video I've ever made in the past 2 years. But I'm back now. Today we're going to be talking about the theory known as Finland doesn't exist. You know the country Finland? What if I told you that it didn't exist at all? I know it sounds crazy, but just listen to this. First, ask yourself, do you know anybody from Finland? The population of Finland is around 6.5 million people. Now, if you compare 6.5 million to all of the people in the world, Finland's population makes about 0.09% of the world's population. That's not even a tenth of 1%, so 99.9% of people aren't from Finland. Here's where it gets interesting. We get these numbers from government census, and government census have a 1% error in calculating, meaning that 1% error is 10 times the size of the population of Finland. So statistically, Finland does not exist. I'm curious your thoughts on this theory. Make sure to like and follow for Tier 8 tomorrow.
Is time travel possible? And does it already exist? This is terrifying and is going to make you question everything, so unless you want to be confused out your mind, just keep on scrolling right now. This is your last warning, keep on scrolling. So on a basic level, time travel is already happening, just because of time differences and flying. Like I've had it before where you leave somewhere on Tuesday at 9 AM and you get somewhere else on that same day at 8 AM. Although it's not time travel, it's just because of the time differences, it's still the same concept. Well, this guy right here, Nikola Tesla, he was trying to develop some kind of time travel in the mid-1900s. However, he tragically died. Nobody knows what happened, but it was estimated he got pretty close. But his files and all of his tests got sent to the American government, and they don't speak about it, they kept it very secret. I've also have lots of people claiming they're from the future, and claiming that time travel is real. Now, think about this. In the future, when technology is better, they'll probably be able to invent time travel. The past, the present, and the future are all at one. So if they have already developed it in the future, it does already exist for us, and these people could be real.
It's crazy because there's a lot of little things that we don't even realize that are right in front of our eyes. Just be careful out there because there's a lot of manipulation going on, so stay safe out there. Let me know your thoughts.
Aliens exist, just not where we think they do. Now this is seriously messed up and is going to blow your mind. So unless you want to be seriously terrified, just keep on scrolling. I mean it, keep on scrolling. If you're still here, be ready. So we've all seen evidence about UFOs and it's up to you whether you believe they're real or not. But this theory here, nah, this is messed up. Right, so we know in the world there are wavelengths. Like you tune into a radio station, you get to different frequencies, different wavelengths. Now this is also similar to when we talk about ghosts. Now the theory is that ghosts and stuff are still on Earth, but they're just on a different wavelength. Meaning that we can't see them, but they can see us and somehow interact with us. Which is why sometimes people claim they hear doors banging and stuff like that, but we can't actually see them. Now this is similar to aliens. What if they do actually exist? And they're literally living all around us. Like they've already come to Earth or whatever. But where they come from is just on a different wavelength, meaning we can't see them. So they're out there, but we can't see them. They could be living among us and we would have no idea.
Here's some of the greatest conspiracy theories of all time. Part 6. The Lion King is one of Disney's most popular and beloved movies. For those who have seen it, I'm sure you all remember Mufasa's tragic death at the hands of Scar. However, it is not made clear what happens to Mufasa's body after Simba runs away. But there's a small detail in the movie that may answer this question. Doing some quick research, you will find that lions only have 2 natural enemies. One of those enemies is hyenas, and the other is other lions. In one of the scenes where Zazu is locked up, you can see Scar playing with a skull. But if you look up what animal it belongs to, you will see that Scar is playing with a lion skull. Scar also lives in his cave with the rest of the hyenas, and it is said that they barely have any food. It is possible that Scar brought Mufasa's body back to his cave, and him and the hyenas ate him together.
The strangest unsolved mysteries from each state. Today we have Alaska. This is One-Eyed Jack, and he's not your typical unsolved mystery because we know exactly what happened to him, where his body is, but we just don't know who he is. Jack was hitchhiking in Boise, Idaho when he wanted to go to Pendleton, Oregon. A driver picked him up and said that he was going to Alaska, and even though Jack didn't want to go to Alaska, he got in the car with him anyways. The reason we know exactly what happened to Jack and what makes this case so strange is that the driver is literally the person that him and then went to the police to tell them. The driver said that as they entered Alaska, Jack was being so annoying that he literally killed and dumped his on the side of the road. A whole year later, he led the police to Jack's body and then he went to jail. The driver said that before he got in the car, Jack showed him his Oregon driver's license, and he said that his name was John or Jack, but he went with Jack and it just stuck. A lodging accident had happened with his left eye, which is how he only had one eye. He was about 5'11" with long, curly, black hair. What was weird was that the police could not find an ID on Jack's body, even though the driver said that he showed him his license before. I wonder where it went. The driver was in prison in 2003 and nobody knows who Jack is.
Strangest unsolved cases around the world, starting in Australia. In August of 1994, a fisherman was on the Hawkesbury River when he felt a strong tug against his fishing net. But what he pulled up was a heavy piece of steel shaped like a crucifix, and attached was the human. The police discovered it was a man's that had initially been covered in plastic and intentionally arranged on the crucifix, which had been custom built and would have been too heavy for a single person to lift and dump in the river. There was no matching missing persons report, and because he had been in the water between 6 and 12 months, his fingertips and facial features had so his identity remained unknown. Until 2018, when advances in DNA technology identified him as Max Tansevsky, but despite now knowing his identity, his case remains unsolved.
It's really interesting because as you could tell, it said that this thing was too heavy for anybody to lift, so how would they have gotten it in there, especially without anybody noticing? Unless this event took place in the nighttime, I'm not too sure how they would have gotten away with it so easily, but let me know your opinions in the comments.
The unsolved case of D.B. Cooper. On Wednesday, November 24th, 1971, a man boarded a plane heading from Portland to Seattle. All he brought with him was a suitcase and a paper bag. Midway through the flight, Cooper handed a flight attendant a note and told her he had a bomb. He instructed the flight attendant to sit down next to him and he showed her the bomb. In the suitcase were 4 sticks of dynamite and a bunch of wires. He then told her to write down his demands and take him to the pilot. He wanted $200,000 in $20 bills put in a backpack. He requested 4 parachutes, 2 front chutes and 2 back chutes. A fuel truck to immediately refuel the plane when they land, and not to try anything funny or he'll set off the bomb. When they landed in Seattle, Cooper traded the passengers for the items he had requested. He then told the plane to take off and head for Mexico City, but to fly below 10,000 feet. Shortly after the plane had taken off, Cooper opened the rear doors and jumped out of the plane somewhere near the Washington and Oregon border. 9 years later, a boy found a brown paper bag with $20 bills that matched the serial numbers of the money given to Cooper, totaling $5,800. Until this day, Cooper and the remaining money are still missing.
Greatest conspiracy theories of all time. Are these fact or fiction? We may never know. It's been 50 years since Neil Armstrong allegedly landed on the moon. But my sources tell me the US government, eager to beat Russia in the space race, faked the lunar landing. People in 1969 could barely watch TV without a 5-foot antenna. You think they're landing on the moon? Doubtful. Was JFK killed by the CIA, the KGB, the Mafia? Could be all of the above. Or it could be none of the above. Did Jeffrey Epstein actually take his own life? Or was it the act of a few famous individuals he had compromising information on? Yes. Has the government suppressed information that reveals the Earth is actually a flat, infinite plane? Obviously not. Did the mysterious Malaysia Airlines flight just vanish into thin air? Or was it digitally hijacked by hackers who rerouted the plane to Antarctica? Your guess is as good as mine.
The strangest unsolved mysteries from each state. Today, by popular demand, we have Maryland. This is a picture of Daniel Beckwith, who hired Askia Kafra to dig these unexplained, mysterious tunnels deep in his basement of his home in Bethesda, Maryland. And one day, the police get a call that there's a fire in Daniel's house. So when they arrive, they see Daniel standing outside of the house. And when the fire investigators go and investigate, they find this hole in the concrete floor of his basement. And so when they explored a little more, they find Askia's body down there. The detective said that these tunnels were at least 20 feet below the surface and at least 200 feet long. Daniel was not doing this legally, and he knew that he had Askia working in very unsafe working conditions. Again, not legal. Daniel claims that he picked up Askia from his house in Silver Spring, Maryland, and then drove him to Manassas, Virginia, which is very close to where I live, with these darkened blackout sunglasses on, so that he wouldn't know where he's going. But according to the police, he never actually did that and just drove him to his house in Bethesda and only let him take off the sunglasses once he was in the basement. And Daniel was charged with involuntary manslaughter. Do you think he did it on purpose?
Strangest Unsolved Mysteries from Every U.S. State, Part 17, Washington. This is the story behind Jason Padgett, a heavy drinker and partier who became a mathematical genius overnight. In 2002, Jason was a furniture salesman, and he partied hard at the bar every single weekend. One night, Jason was savagely attacked outside the bar and was left with a severe concussion. When Jason recovered, he found that he was able to easily visualize the most complex of mathematical and physical concepts, something that even other mathematical geniuses struggle with. Before that, Jason hadn't even done college math. Doctors have no explanation for why his brain just randomly decided to evolve, and they say it was like he was struck by genius.
This woman received mysterious calls for months before something terrible happened. In 1980, Dorothy Jane Scott began receiving threatening calls from an unidentified man. It got so bad she started taking karate classes and contemplated buying a gun. But then on May 28, 1980, coworkers witnessed her car recklessly speeding out of a parking lot. The next day, her car was found burning in an alleyway with no one inside. Then a week after her disappearance, her parents began receiving mysterious phone calls from a man that were too short to be traced. They got a phone call almost every Wednesday afternoon. This went on for 4 years until Dorothy's found buried along with the bones of a dog. After her recovered, her parents received one last phone call from the man who said, "Is Dorothy home?"
Some of Hollywood's greatest conspiracy theories are these cap or fact. We may never know. Rumor has it Stevie Wonder may not be blind. If he was, how could he perfectly operate this camera? Sources say O.J. Simpson could be Khloe Kardashian's father. The chemistry here is off the charts. And if Tupac died, why was his photo taken one day after his alleged murder? Is Nicolas Cage really just a Civil War era vampire? Most likely. Is Jay-Z just a time traveler from the Harlem Renaissance? Most likely, yes. And did Gucci Mane really go from running the trap to running track? Or was he cloned in a Georgia jail cell? Who knows?
3 theories about 3 well-known brands. Theory 1. Starbucks employees are told to intentionally misspell your name so you share a picture of your cup on social media, and when you post it, you're just giving them free advertisement. Number 2. Dasani, which is owned by Coca-Cola, is considered one of the worst water brands out there. Why is that? Well, there's a theory that they add salt and other chemicals to their water, thus making you more thirsty so you will buy more water. Next time you're at a movie theater, sports game, or amusement park, see what kind of water they sell. Chances are it's Dasani. Theory number 3. Well, this one's not really a theory, but it's more of a fucked up fact. Nestle started out as a baby formula company. And in the 1970s, when Nestle was trying to grow its baby formula market around the world, they paid fake medical professionals to promote their formula. In Asia and Africa, Nestle hired saleswomen dressed as nurses to give out free medical advice and free samples of formula. These samples lasted just long enough for mothers to stop producing milk naturally, which resulted in them becoming dependent on the formula.
Alright, a lot of people have requested I do this, so here's the mystery of the Pan Am Flight 914. This is probably one of the most bizarre mysteries I have ever heard of. On July 22nd, the flight Pan Am 914 was departing from New York to Miami. It was carrying 57 passengers and 4 crew members. There was nothing unusual about the flight, and it took off at its scheduled time. But then, it lost signal midway through the flight. And there was no indication that anything went wrong, there was no crash, no bodies found, and they just said that, okay, it probably crashed in the ocean. Now, this is where it gets fucking crazy. After 37 years, it landed. Juan de la Corte, this man made contact with the plane 37 years after it went missing. The pilot literally said, "We are Pan American Airways Flight 914 from New York to Miami with a crew of 4 and 57 passengers. We were scheduled to land at 9:55 a.m. on 2nd July 1955.
I don't think I'm going to be getting much sleep tonight. There are people about 100 meters away, blazing music out. At least some good songs anyway. And some people screaming. Wish me luck, everybody.
A YouTuber is contacted by the police one morning, who then showed her a video that she would have trouble explaining. The security camera footage was pulled from a neighbor's Ring camera after they called authorities and told them that there was a woman intruding on their property in the middle of the night. At some point they realized that they recognized this woman and she happened to live in a house nearby. The next morning, police would confront the woman on camera, who is the individual speaking in this video.
This is what the police sent me. This is what they found. This is 2 weeks ago at about 10 p.m. They say that that's me. I know for a fact that I worked the next morning and I have to wake up at 6 a.m. I know I was in bed. I know I was in bed. The mannerisms, the behaviors, they're just off. I don't know. Like I said, I can't explain this. So, I'm just gonna leave this here for you. There's another minute or two of it. I'll post it on YouTube.
She clearly has no recollection of her creepy behavior. Instead, she sounds quite disturbed at what she's seeing. Although she believes she was possibly sleepwalking, others point to her odd behavior as a sign that she may be possessed. What do you believe?
Honestly, there's a lot of occurrences that go on like this in the world, as we will never know what it really is. It does seem to be some sort of possession or a demonic entity that's taken over her. Just let me know what you guys think in the comments.
He heard someone in his office late at night when he sees this. A horrifying moment was captured by a man who woke up to the sounds of somebody inside his office. It's late at night when this is captured. The silhouette of a person can be seen standing at the window, but as he turns on the lights, there's no one there. The man lives on a second-floor apartment, meaning that whatever that was had to climb up the wall. The video was uploaded by unknown sources, so without an official source, the story remains a mystery.
He's calling. Chair. And she's still there. In that chair right there. There was a little girl, like I said, no bigger than Sarah. Black hair. Well, people don't know how big Sarah is. Sarah's about Sarah's a 6-year-old that we babysit. She's like that. She has black hair with pigtails. Her eyes are like red, wearing a red dress. She's legit sitting doing this. She's sitting there. And she has her hands on her lap, sadistic smile, just doing this. And she's sitting at that chair right there, Jason said. Right there. Imagine being at the hospital and seeing something like that. My daughter is like 2 rooms down. But yeah, that's a little ghost tale for what Jason saw at the hospital. Oh, fuck. What the fuck? Alright, there's a pass. No laser there. Dude, yo. Nah, this is crazy, bro.
Levi from the YouTube channel Ghostia is exploring an abandoned house in woods that is said to be used for various demonic cult rituals. During his exploration, Levi finds out he is not alone in the house.
Oh my god, look. Yo. These little statues. Say the demonic statues. Look at that. We should type it for that so see better. This is like, oh my god, yo. If you guys know anything about this, let me know. What the fuck? Hey, hurry.
This is a poem. Dude, yo. Nah, this is crazy, bro. I wonder if they do this every night. It's really repeat, baby.
Tonight's video is from the YouTube channel, Franco TV. Frank is exploring the South Pittsburgh Hospital in Tennessee. The hospital opened its doors in 1959 and housed sick and injured patients for nearly 40 years. Many witnesses claim the ghost of some of these patients still roam the hospital halls.
What I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna go ahead and grab this. Oh my God. What's up? What the hell? Is that your horse? Do you like playing with the horse? I feel like this is like a child spirit in this room. And it oddly got actually cold.
Soon after the rocking horse incident,
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. There's a lot of stuff that goes on like this, a lot of stuff. So y'all be safe out there. Let me know your opinions, what you think it is in the comments.
Elise! Elise! Are you okay, baby? Elise! Man, you better stop playing. Oh.
Lyric. What was that? No.
What's going on? Who's over there? Tell me.
Baby sleeping.
The baby's sleeping.
Oh no.
Oh no. Who's sleeping?
They were trying to talk to a spirit when this happens. An old and mysterious video was uploaded onto YouTube by an anonymous user, where 3 students are seen in an empty school cafeteria attempting to contact the spirit of a student who had passed away there. As the group is filming the area, they see this.
We're trying to find something, and we don't know what we're trying to find exactly. And so we think she died here, obviously, because this is where they held the dances. And
What the hell is that? Oh my god.
what was that noise?
Did you see it?
Did you hear that?
Oh my god. Hell.
What?
Oh my god. What is that?
What?
Did you see it?
No.
A strange silhouette can be seen manifesting itself by the counter as they run out of there. Due to the low quality of the recording, it's unsure what they actually captured. Judging by their reaction, whatever it is they saw was not human.
Up to the sounds of a child crying, and this is what I caught.
Wake up and there's something over there crying. Do you guys see that? Do you guys hear that crying? Look, it's fucking moving. What the fuck is that?
Rules of the game. You can move when the lights off, but you cannot move when the lights on. You have 5 moves to get to me. Are you ready? Oh. How'd you get up? You're scaring me?
I told you not to turn on the light.
Copy what Ben says to do. Come on, copy him. Did you just blow in my ear?
Like, so I don't think there's anything bad about it. I think, if anything, it might be like a relative, because like it's not harmful to us, so it's not like bad in that.
This book's just come off this shelf, and I blame. I blame you.
Why?
Right, as you probably just heard there.
Put some lights on, Ben.
How could that have fallen over?
Is it broken?
I don't know, but
Strong smell of cigarettes.
Hey, hon. Come here. Look. I don't think it's just down here. Look at that. This is the most active during the day that I've... Oh, there goes the Xbox 2. Wait a minute. Oh, I'm not liking this. Oh, wow. Wait. I swear I can see... Ooh, stop it. I'm not liking that. Hon? Let's go to dinner or something for a while. This is on repeat. This happens over and over. And then the knocking happens. The knocking. There it is. And it just goes and... Whew. That's starting again. That's... Ooh, there he is. Okay, we're gonna catch him. And take this time. Can you tell me what you want? And he's gone. He's gone. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? You back there? I see you, buddy. Can you tell me what you need? Oh, he does not like the light. I don't need to use the light, man. I don't need to use this light.
Thank you guys for watching the video. Hope you like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your favorite part of the video. What made you tremble in your boots, and we're going to be on to the next one.